Judge not, lest ye be judged. For by the same measure that ye judge others, ye shall also be judged. That verse might apply to this situation going on with Fani Willis, or is it Fani, going after President Donald Trump in the state of Georgia on a trumped up RICO charge that he tried to overthrow the Georgia election results. But I think this is a little bit more appropriate. That the curse causeless shall not come against you. What do I mean by that? Let me explain as the Georgia case implodes.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. I'm surviving at the top of the line.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty. This is the Afternoon Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're a subscriber to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all to get notification of my rants, my ravings, and my undeniably flawless reasonings. Hey, please like and share this video. That's how we get the word out that we're here. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Now, what does it mean, the curse causeless shall not come against you? Well, again, that's another passage of scripture from the Old Testament. And it basically means this, that if somebody tries to put something on you that you don't deserve, God has a way of turning it back around on that person. We see a biblical illustration of that in the story of Queen Esther. Esther was a Jew living in a non-Jewish land who was chosen to be queen. The, if you will, special second in command to the king, a guy by the name of Haman, didn't like Jews, had no idea that the queen was Jewish. And because of his hatred of the Jews, he got the king to sign a decree that all the Jews were going to be exterminated, executed. You know, it was a kind of a forerunner to the Holocaust. And finally, Esther revealed to her husband and to Haman that she herself was Jewish. And the king ended up hanging Haman on his own gallows. That is exactly what's happening here to Fani Willis. Trumping up charges against Donald Trump to expose his corruption, only for us to now find out how corrupt she is and how corrupt the Fulton County District Attorney's Office is in the state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta.
If you had to give me a sentence, what is the sentence theme?
Once I told him about his, respectfully and in an email, about his lack of leadership and the fact that he wanted to do things with grants that were impossible. And I kept telling him, like, we can't do that, and questioning stuff. He would take me off projects, tell people I wasn't doing what I was supposed to because I questioned him. Because I understood, I helped write that grant. I knew what was in that grant. He told everybody in front of Crystal, Deontay, everybody, we're going to get MacBooks, we're going to do that, we're going to get swag, we're going to use it for travel. I said, you cannot do that. It's a very, very specific grant. Took me off. I questioned Junior DA. There's kids in there from out of the county, all this. Took me off Junior DA. I did not want to do it. He made it look as if I wasn't doing what I needed to do because I questioned him. Because I knew for a fact Mr. Cuffey respectfully did not know what he was doing, period.
So I respect that is your assessment. It was clear to me that you and Mr. Cuffey were not getting along. And I'm not saying that your assessment is wrong. I want you to really listen to the words I'm saying.
That's an audio recording that has just exploded from Amanda Timpson. Amanda worked in Fani's office in the district attorney of Fulton County. And she was telling Fani that the director of their media operations, a guy by the name of Michael Cuffey, had been entrusted with a $500,000 grant, and that she had written up that grant request, knew exactly in great detail what it could and could not be used for. But this $500,000 grant was being used on things that it was not intended for. In her words, swag, fixing up the offices and expensive travel, etc., etc., etc. Any of this starting to sound a little familiar? And of course, Fanny feigns like she had no idea that Michael was doing this. This is awful. And that she is so appreciative of Amanda bringing this information to her, to which Amanda responds, listen, you got to get rid of this guy. He is not good for your administration.
This is my personal opinion, one woman to another is dangerous to your administration. He tells people, when I reached out to you, he told me, you think your word is safe? Exactly when you reached out to Miss Willis, she called me and told me, she tell me everything. So once you reach out to her, she's going to reach back out to me. So I didn't even go to HR, and he put Dexter's name on my PDP, and I didn't even feel safe going to anybody.
Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 supervisors that have failed in this building. What's interesting to me, because I'm in a learning curve too, they each pretend to have a relationship with me that they do not have. Mm-hmm. I guess that's an intimidation tactic. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that you felt that way, but Dexter certainly don't have no relationship with right. Michael Cuffey. You were safe to go those places.
So after being alerted by a conscientious staff member that, hey, there is money being misappropriated, this is happening in your office, you could take the blame for it, here's who's doing it, here's what's going on, Fanny Fawny Phony fakes this sincere appreciation to Amanda for bringing this to her attention, and then 2 months later fires her, makes her do the perp walk in front of all the other employees in that office, basically sending a quiet message, hey, I'm the queen here, I do what I want, come against me, and this is what's going to happen to you. Well, Amanda has leaked this tape, and to say that all Hades is broken loose would be a complete understatement. You have the Georgia legislative body of the 2 houses convening and drafting articles of impeachment. You have Fannie Willis, who claims to be this moral bastion who is going after corrupt Donald Trump. Had someone in her office misappropriating money, probably on her behalf. I would almost venture to say that some of that expensive travel that was happening out of that grant money, that Fanny herself was taking, because we know that she brought in her boyfriend, Boy Toy, a guy by the name of Nathan Wade, to act as the prosecutor against Donald Trump. Interesting, because this guy has 0 felony criminal experience. 0. He's a personal injury lawyer. He's that guy that comes on your TV screen at 1 o'clock in the morning. Did you trip walking into a store? Call 1-800-SUE and I'll get the money for you. That's what this guy was. This was like Better Call Saul. He's just a slip and fall guy. Having an affair with Fanny, she hires him as the prosecutor and pays him an exorbitant amount of money. It was reported initially over $600,000. Now apparently it's upwards of just shy of $1 million. $1 million. Much more than any other prosecutor out of the DA's office is being paid. And he was using a lot of that money for very expensive luxury travel. And who do you think was his travel companion on these cruises and trips to the Bahamas and to the Wine Valley of California and down to Florida? Who do you think went with him? Come on. I'll bet you can guess. Yes! Fanny Fawny Phony Willis. Bump, ba-dum, bump. And she's the one that's been tasked with taking down Donald Trump over corruption. Initially, people said, all right, what she did in hiring this prosecutor and what looks like impropriety. This is bad, but it doesn't make the case any weaker or go away. They'll just put a different... No, it's done now. It's absolutely cooked. With this whistleblower coming forward, we are going to find out what an absolutely, completely corrupt individual she is, and that she was simply using the name Donald Trump as a way for herself to move up the political food chain, maybe taking a run at lieutenant governor or governor herself. That's all gone. This case is phony and fraudulent. And here's what I mean by Haman hanging by his own gallows. She went after Donald Trump on a RICO statute, criminal conspiracy. She is going to be found guilty under RICO statutes of paying out money that was kicked back to her for her own personal benefit. Oh, yeah. Judge not, lest ye be judged. For with the same measure you judge, you shall also be judged.